Welcome back, everyone, with Not Your Advisor and NYU Grad on Friday, March 15th after the market close. Hope you all had a great week. Wanted to go through today's action and wrap up the week going into the weekend. First and foremost, I want to thank, we have almost 1,000 new subscribers this week from the Substack feature. So I am humbled. Thank you again for subscribing. As a quick reminder, there are two promotions going on. One, if you want 30-day access to premium, all you have to do is email me, nyugrad@protonmail.com, or send me a message through Substack, and I will hook you up for 30 days. The other promotion going on until the end of the month is 20% off the annual membership. And you can lock in the prices before prices go up in April. So all of those, the link to sign up is going to be in the show notes, but you can also go to nyugrad.substack.com/featured. But let's dive right in. So today we had 215 new highs versus 193 new lows. So pretty on par. You had 46% advancing versus 48% declining. 50-day moving average had 40% below, which is about the same as yesterday. And the 200-day moving average, you had 34% below the 200, which is also on par with Thursday's session. Another thing that sometimes I like to look at as well, as kind of a readout for the data, is the NASDAQ and its new highs and new lows. And that also was pretty on par. We had 48 new highs and 58 new lows on the NASDAQ. But that really doesn't tell the whole picture. Sometimes breadth readings do tell quite a story, but not today. What really stuck out to me were a couple things. But let's go through some of the mega cap names. Pretty much all of the Mag 7 were red, ironically, except Tesla. As you know, Tesla has been really weak every day for the past few weeks, but it managed to bounce and it was up 0.66% today. But you had Microsoft down 2%, Apple down 0.22%, not that bad, Google down 1.5%, Meta down 1.5%, Amazon down 2.4%. And then you had other ancillary names that were trying to break out, but were down a lot today. CRM down almost 3%, Uber down 2%, ServiceNow down 4.5%, Intuit down 3.77%. You had majority of the semiconductor group, anyone that really mattered like NVIDIA, etc., they were down as well. We had a few standouts like Micron and AMD. Like AMD was up 2%, Micron was up 2%. But you also have this big sore thumb is Adobe down 13.6%. And let's talk about this a little bit. So if you're new to the channel, I actually used to work there, and I was with a tech company that got bought out and acquired by Adobe. Generally, the folks, I still have a lot of friends and colleagues that, ex-colleagues that still work there. The general fear, and I've mentioned this on this podcast before, is that generative AI is going to really shrink down Adobe's total addressable market, or TAM. And I'll just kind of explain this like a layman's terms. They have two sides of the business: Adobe Creative Cloud and Adobe, like their business cloud for B2B, which they call the Experience Cloud. You probably have never even heard that term before. But in the Creative Cloud, you have software that a lot of consumers and professionals use to edit images, to edit movies, TV shows, pretty much anything in the real world that has images or video or motion graphics is created or done in Adobe software. So those professionals are still going to use Adobe, but it's the casual user like you and I, my wife, my nephews and my cousins, who are used to use things like, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Rush, Photoshop Light, and they would touch up images. Almost no one I know casually uses video software, editing software, right? Because you could do a lot of this on your phone now. But the fear here is that with generative AI, if I say, hey, paint me a painting of, whatever it is, a robot eating a salad, right? Like I used AI on one of the Sweetgreen posts I did. I didn't have to use Adobe for it, right? I didn't have to, either create a robot image or buy an Adobe stock robot image, then look for a PNG salad image and try to fit those together to, show a robot eating a salad. So for casual users of generative AI creating images or videos, you're bypassing all of Adobe Creative Cloud. And that is the fear, right? And that is the headwind that Adobe is sailing right into right now. And I think if this plays out the way it has been and they can't find a way to capitalize on AI to, marry it or make it a hybrid of like a generative AI platform where it makes it super easy to use Adobe software to create and edit videos, I think they're going to have some trouble longer term. And I'll cover that in the chart when I go through all the charts with the premium members. But looking at, and I don't want to get too deep into the weeds there, but looking at the summary of the day today, the SOX, or the Semiconductor Index, SOX, closed below the 21-day EMA. I've been posting about this on Substack, on notes, on my podcast. It's an important metric, line in the sand that everyone is kind of watching, and it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy that if it breaks it, there's going to be sales orders triggered. SMH, which is also an ETF for semiconductors, closed right on the 21-day EMA. You're going to have to watch NVIDIA next week and to see if there's some support right at the intraday lows of March 8th. That was the Friday that NVIDIA and all of the markets sold off. If we break that level, that Friday or the following, like Monday level, it's going to set off a ton of fear in the market. And I'm about to see Dune 2, and I love the book and in part 1 in the movie where they talk about fear is the mind killer. And it is just going to, selling is going to beget more selling if NVIDIA goes below that low from that Friday of March 8th. So yeah, SOX closed below the 21-day EMA, which is an important psychological barrier. Maybe we'll jump back up above it next week, or if we continue to sell off with the FOMC minutes, we can gasp for breath here. We might go down to the 50-day moving average, which I think would shock everyone. The SMH, as I said, closed right on the 21-day EMA. The QQQ and the IWM closed below the 21-day EMA as well today, which is not good. The SPY closed right on it. Bitcoin is finding support here. It's done fantastic, and then it sold off a little bit, but it is also kind of bouncing here off of some support moving averages. SMCI, I just noticed, because it's not in the semiconductor index, but it's still important, was down 5.4% today. I'll post in the show notes what was up and what was down in the semiconductor index, but you had names like AMD, Micron, Marvell, Texas Instruments, all green, but everything else in the semiconductor was pretty much red. Let me do my daily what was strong, what was weak in the markets. And again, for new subscribers and listeners to the podcast, these are all in percents. I just simply don't want to say percent 30 times. MicroStrategies was up 6.29, Marathon Digital up 5.98, New York Community Bank up 4, Carvana up 3.78, Coinbase up 3.72, Uranium up 3.45, General Motors up 3.33, Rivian up 3.27, Sweetgreen up 2.69, VinFast Autos up 2.66, Lennar up 2.43, and BTG up 2.34. What was weak? All right, here we go. Adobe down 13.67%. Zillow down 13.02. Smartsheet down 6.9. SMCI down 5.4. Boyle, which is natural gas, down 5.11. Backblaze down 4.74. Natural gas futures contract down 4.37. Palantir down 3.85. K. Hovnanian Home Builder down 3.82. MongoDB, MDB ticker down 3.66. Airbnb down 3.48. Roblox down 3.4. Lyft down 3.2. ARM down 3.05. UNG down 2.83. IGV Software ETF down 2.8. Yext down 2.7. Wayfair down 2.6. Las Vegas Sands down 2.5. Amazon down 2.4. Zscaler down 2.41. AVGO Broadcom down 2.12, Microsoft down 2.07, ASML Holdings down 2.04, Uber down 2.03, Zoom down 1.93. All right, for free subscribers, as a reminder, all you have to do is email me or message me for the 30-day premium. I'll hook that up. The discount will last till the end of March for 20% off annual. Keep watching the semiconductors and NVIDIA. Keep watching the Mag 7. Keep watching Treasury yields. And next week is the FOMC minutes. That will certainly move the markets. I hope you all have a great weekend. Please, no spoilers to the movie in the comments for Dune 2. I already read the book, so I kind of know what happens, but I'm more going to be there for the technical artistry of like the cinematography, the audio, the score. Those are the things I'm really interested in. So I'll be seeing that tomorrow, and I'll see all the free subscribers on Monday after the close. Premium members, please stay on.